Jessica, have I ever told you the story about how Ludwig van Beethoven nearly got me laid?
What? No.
Okay, so I just want a couple things here. First of all, he would have. I was the only reason this didn't work. So, anyways, and I didn't even know I was doing it, which is one of the reasons it didn't work.
Oh.
So,
well, this is mark this down in Jacob's.
Yes, Jacob's complete obliviousness to what the opposite sex is actually thinking about them. Yes. So a couple things to put this into context is that one, yes, Jacob. B, young Jacob. This was in college, freshman year in college. Okay. So had zero idea about anything. So freshman year in college, I had discovered Beethoven's Seventh my senior year in high school, and I just adored it. I loved it. It was amazing. It's a beautiful piece of music. It has literally been one of my lifelong, like ever since then, in the decades since then, it remains just one of the most powerful, inspiring, beautiful pieces of music I have ever heard in my life. Aww. So imagine me, like all of not even 18 years old, 17 years old, in college, just exploding with just like ideas and fun, and I'm at college and this is great, and oh my gosh, everything. So there was this girl that I maybe was kind of sweet on. And I was like, oh my God, you've got to hear this music. And she was like, yeah, okay, I'll come to your room with you. And keep in mind that so freshman year, which means that twin bed, no kind of decoration whatsoever, because you don't know what you're getting into. You're just a measly little freshman. The one thing I had going for me was that my roommate my freshman year came to school weeks late due to some geopolitical stuff that we don't need to get into. But anyways, so I had a single dorm room as a freshman for weeks, which was great. Anyways, so I said to this girl, you've got to hear this. It's just the most beautiful thing in the world. And she was like, this is great. So what do we do?
She came upstairs to see your etchings.
Yes.
And you didn't even realize you were.
I didn't even know. So it gets better. It gets better. So I put on the tape and we started listening to it, and it was beautiful and it was amazing. And we're sitting side by side on my twin bed. And she's just like, this is great. You know what? In order for me to really hear the music better, we should, this is uncomfortable. We should lie down. So I'm like, you're right. That's great. We should lie down. We should close our eyes and we should just listen to the music. It would be amazing. So we did. We lie down next to each other in my room, and after listened to this, and then after 10 minutes, she was like, all right, I'm leaving. She was like, this guy doesn't get it. I'm out. But had I just had any kind of awareness whatsoever, Ludwig van Beethoven would have sealed the deal.
I just want to validate her that she saw the signs. You did not realize you were speaking the language.
She was like, great.
Which I feel like is your college experience.
Yes.
You did not realize you were speaking a language. and
everybody else did. And everybody else was just like, what the hell is even happening over there? And with that, let me say hello and welcome to Cluedunnit.
Yay, welcome to Cluedunnit. We make wild guesses about fake TV crimes. Join our Patreon.
Patreon.com/Cluedunnit Podcast. We make wild guesses. This is if there's one thing that this podcast has in theme with my life, it's that sometimes I have no idea what the hell is going on.
It's a mystery.
It's a mystery.
Which is my mom's favorite line from
the Shakespeare in Love.
Yeah, Shakespeare in Love. Yes. So true. Such a good.
Yes. But there you go. So, and I bring up Ludwig van Beethoven because this week, tell everybody what we're doing.
This week we are watching Ludwig season 1, episode 5, because there is only one season out and it is fantastic.
It is so good. So good. It's
show.
So much fun. This is not, by the way, what I'm about to say is not to minimize the show or to denigrate it in any way, but it gives off major monk vibes.
Yes.
It's there's a guy who's a bit of a hermit. He gets called into this situation to solve reclusive. He starts solving mysteries again with a woman who is kind of forcing him to be out in the world and tackling
Yes.
these things.
Very much so.
And
Yeah.
we'll get into all of that in a minute. But what I will say, the other thing I will say about this is that I have no idea. I'm absolutely clueless. I have no idea where I was going with that sentence.
Oh.
But we love it. I mean, there's like a huge like word puzzle theme to it all because Ludwig, the main character, is a expert puzzler. He is like if Will Shortz was Sherlock, that's who we're dealing with.
Yeah, though they call him the David Bowie or the
Elvis Presley.
The Elvis Presley of puzzling.
Yes.
Which I'm not sure where that comes from because he is not dazzling. I mean, his puzzles are very dazzling, but he himself is, and his brother. Okay, so here's the thing.
Here's the setup for the show.
If
Jessica,
you don't know it already,
tell us the setup for the show.
While seeking to unravel the mystery of his twin brother's disappearance, reclusive puzzle designer John Ludwig Taylor takes on his twin brother James's identity as DCI on Cambridge's Major Crime Squad.
There you go. That's a lot. Basically, all you need to know is his brother's missing. He impersonates his brother. His brother's a cop, so there he's out in the world doing it.
So his style, I feel like, is not that far off from his brother's. It is different, but like
more pens, definitely more pens involved.
Yeah, way more pens. Any pens at all. Yeah. He has them. His brother did not, but they both wear this kind of corduroy jacket, I feel like. His brother definitely wore ties because he had to look more
DCI.
senior and DCI out there. Yeah, but I wouldn't say like bedazzled Elvis. This is not Cape.
I would love to see a show where Elvis actually was I know people have talked about Elvis being a crime fighter, but I would love to see like Elvis.
What?
Elvis.
I don't know this.
There are like skits or sketches about all this. I'm sure you can find them if you do. But like, I would love to see like Elvis as Sherlock Holmes, like definitely like a mystery solver kind of thing. Like that would be. I
just want him to flip that cape around.
Oh my God. I am now imagining Benedict Cumberbatch in like an Elvis cape walking around.
He does that. He doesn't have an Elvis cape, but he does flip his jacket around.
That's what I'm saying.
They give him a lot of fabric so that he can he
can whip it around. We are watching Benedict Cumberbatch again, just because it's so much fun, and that's what made me think of it. But I'm just imagining him like whipping around like an Elvis bedazzled outfit, like Vegas Elvis.
Yeah, and you were talking about the sort of puzzle themes of the episode. I also love, or not the episode, but of the show in general, but I love the title sequence.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah. I mean, you commented on it first, and I was like, tell me why you like it. And I was like, why is it so textured? And I realized it's because it's going into the minute detail of the paper.
Yeah.
Like, what is that? Like, I feel like the show has so much texture, actually. Period.
You know what? That's a great metaphor for the show. You're right. It does. It has a lot of texture. Like it starts with, like the opening sequence starts with like a basic grid because you're either whatever kind of puzzle he does, he sets up the grids. And then like it keeps like everything kind of extrudes and becomes 3D and you go deeper and deeper and deeper into the puzzle and it gets more like the fractals, like the puzzle cubes kind of fractal around him. And like it's
sort of Escher.
Very Escher.
Goes in on itself.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
But you're right. It adds texture to it. And there's so much, there's a lot of texture to this show. It's just a really it's a well-conceived show.
Yeah.
Each episode, the mystery is centered around like a puzzle theme. It's different, like a different kind of puzzle. Like one of the episodes literally, and this was hilarious to anyone who has watched The Office, one of like the puzzle was spot the differences in the pictures.
Yes.
And like that was it. Like what's the difference between the picture? And that was the thing that led to him unraveling the case.
Yeah. He's like, what is wrong with me? This is the most basic of all puzzles.
Yes. Turns out in this case, there was actually a difference.
Yes.
He figured it out. But yeah, so each episode has a different like puzzle theme to it and what they're getting into. Like this one is like I can't think of anything other than the
I don't know what the names are.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I guess the last one was a reverse chess.
Right. Yeah. In any event, it's fabulous and it's fun. And it's also one of the plot lines in this, or one of the plot lines in this is that James and John is the one who's still with us, right?
Yes.
James has disappeared. So John is still with us. But James and John grew up next door to James's now wife. But there's some tension between John and the wife, Lucy, James's wife, Lucy. And you're just like, what is, like, Lucy refers to James as her soulmate. So, like, she dedicated to James. She chose James of the two of them because they grew up together. But there is some weird longing between the two of them that it's just like,
John and
between
Lucy.
John and Lucy, where it's just like, what is happening here?
Her son, she has
a teenage boy,
one child, and he comments on it.
Oh yeah,
calls it out.
Yeah, he's like, why are you pretending?
Yeah.
He's such a good teenager.
Yes.
They have so much fun with just letting him be a teenager.
Yeah.
Like there's a masturbation joke in there.
There is?
You're the one who called it out.
Oh,
it's in like the first or second episode. He comes down and he's just like, I need to get my charger for my phone. And his mom's just like, oh, I thought you were resting. You need your phone to rest? Which could just be a comment on kids and social media. But it could also be we know why you need your phone and you're resting.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
We're just all going to ignore that.
It's very funny. And also, I should mention that
you're right.
Lucy
You should. I should not mention this at all.
Lucy Betts Taylor is played by Anna Maxwell Martin, who was the star of Bletchley Circle. And that is about code breakers from women code breakers from World War II, who in Bletchley Circle, they become, after World War II, she becomes a murder mystery solver and she gets her other code breaker women in on it. And so I feel like they cast her, and knowing that she was going to be also in on solving she is participating in solving the mystery of where her husband went, as well as asking for John's help. But I think that they cast her also knowing that they would have this joke that she has played a code breaker before.
A little meta commentary.
Yeah, meta, exactly. I love that. And there was another meta joke, I feel like. I don't know what some of the other ones are, but I feel like
we couldn't really we couldn't really dig too far into all of the like secrets and riddles of the show, because that just means that, we'd get spoiled. And I have reinforced the issue to Jessica this week that pre-cheating does not actually mean pre-cheating.
Yes, I have watched every single episode up until this episode. I have not watched beyond, and I've watched them with you.
She's gone down to HR and had the talk, and she's taken the online training about like pre-cheating awareness and the signs to when it like dips into too much cheating.
All right, ethics and
yes, exactly.
Cheating.
You had the ethics workshop, exactly correct.
Yes, I took the ethics workshop.
So we're all very proud of her, and her certificate is hanging right above her. So
they had good sketches in that ethics training. It was very funny. Yeah. Good actors. I'm glad they got work.
Is that the one where they actually didn't plug in any of the microphones? There's one of those ethics training ones where like the reporter is out talking to people and they just don't have the microphone plugged into anything. It's great.
Oh yeah, that's a really funny one.
Yeah.
We should also mention David Mitchell, who plays James
Let's talk about
and
David
John.
Mitchell.
So David Mitchell, the actor, actually grew up in Oxford, where his parents taught hotel management not at Oxford proper, but like another college that's in the area.
I would have to admit,
Oxford?
I didn't know that they had, like when Oxford was founded in like 1400s, hotel management program.
Or hospitality program.
Hospitality in 1400.
You need it in 1400. And you've got inns, you've got pubs.
Canterbury Tales, all about going to Bath.
Yeah,
so,
Yeah, right. But he went to school in Cambridge. And he was part of the Cambridge Footlights. And so I was wondering if this whole thing is just about getting him closer to his family, or getting back to.
Sure, I'll take that job.
His family, but like getting back to on the weekends. His old stomping grounds or something.
I wonder if he does have that kind of like. Well, this is the thing.
Oxford and Cambridge are like across the country from each other.
Are they? This is the thing. I have no idea. Like I know the name Oxford. I know the name Cambridge. But which one is this in? This is in Cambridge?
This is in Cambridge.
This is in Cambridge. I kept joking about how, I just expect to see like Endeavor Morse. Like,
I was joking that.
Right. And then we were like,
then all of a sudden I was like, hold on.
That's Oxford.
Different countryside.
Entirely different medieval college town.
Yeah.
So I can't keep them straight.
Oxford was the original college in the UK, and Cambridge was started because Oxford was such a crazy. They were just.
It was Animal House?
It was Animal House. And a lot of people were like, no, we would like to actually have scholarly endeavors and be decent human beings to the people in the countryside around us. We actually want to study. And so they were like, we're out.
We're out.
Started Cambridge.
That's fantastic. And I love it. What a bunch of nerds.
Right.
What a bunch of medieval nerds.
So he has a comedy writing partner because he was in the Cambridge Footlights, as I mentioned, which is a famous.
Is that like the Groundlings or like
kind
Second City?
of, but it's part of the college.
No, I was gonna say it's not. It's like Hasty Pudding.
Yes.
There we
exactly.
go. Okay, gotcha.
A theater group on campus. And Richard Iowati was one of his contemporaries.
Ooh.
And you do see him in some of like Gadget Man and other Richard Iowati stuff.
Okay.
They do a lot of panels together or like opposite each other. They have so many panel shows in the UK.
They really do.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm getting so many of them on YouTube. I watched one of them as I was uploading a video, and now YouTube is like, oh no, you need to keep watching.
Yeah,
these.
I know.
I don't mind.
And they have tons of episodes. Yeah. Fine. Yeah. Another frequent collaborator with him, or somebody who's in a lot of his work, is, and him and I should say Robert Webb, his writing partner, is Olivia Colman.
Oh,
the famous Olivia Colman. And side note, funny trivia.
Please.
He once made her wet herself on stage in a production of The Miser when the hilarious way he had tied his bow tie made her lose her,
continence.
Control, her continence from laughter. And as a revenge, she wiped her leg on his costume. That was in IMDb. I don't know if it's true, or maybe Wikipedia. I don't know, but that happened.
It's on the internet. It must be true.
Yes. Yeah. He is also,
that had the scent of truth to it.
The pea scent of truth.
Exactly.
So his partner at the police station, sure, okay, is
Syndicate. There was like,
they call it Syndicate.
Yeah,
you're right. D.I. Russell Carter is played
Jessica,
by
I
Deepo
just
Ola.
learned DCI. Why are they trying to make me learn Syndicate now?
No, he's a DI. There's still
he
those words.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
You're
but
just like, there's more vocabulary.
There's more words. I don't need to learn more words. I am plenty smart. I don't need to expand my horizons.
Getting old and still learning.
Gosh darn it. I'm sorry. I walked all over you telling us about his partner. Tell us about his partner again. Who plays his partner?
Deepo Ola. He was lately on McDonald and Dodds. He was also in 2020 to 2022. He was on a sexy Showtime detective show called We Hunt Together. And I would love it if we could find that.
Well, I'm sure it's on Showtime. The one streaming service we don't actually pay for.
Yeah. The IT person in the office, a person whose expertise is digital computer.
Right.
That world is, the character is Holly Pinder, and the actress is Sophie Willen, and she is a comedian and has been nominated for and won awards for her writing and performing a character called Alma in Alma's Not Normal. I think this is another one of those shows that I was like talking about where it's just going to be
a sketch show kind of thing?
It's a sketch show that she's just going to keep doing this character over and over and over again for years. Another character in this show is DC Simon Evans, and then there's DS Alice Finch, and these two characters play off each other.
Yeah, they're like the wacky sidekicks.
Yes,
and they're like
DS,
oil and
yes,
is it oil
they
and
are
water
kind of,
or oil and vinegar that doesn't whatever one. In any event, they're like salt and pepper.
Yeah,
there you
exactly.
go. They're salt and pepper.
Yeah. DS Alice Finch is always like, I want to do I want to do a kidnapping. And then Simon,
and she's always a little
she wants to investigate a kidnapping. Sorry.
She's also a little more bossy pants than Simon is. Like she's always taken a little more charge than Simon.
Lucy, I can't remember how she describes Alice. But like she's by the books and like very not aggressive, but she wants to succeed.
Yeah, she's looking to.
What's the word for when you want to move up in the world?
Climber?
No. I mean, they didn't use that word. Ambitious.
Ambitious. Yes, that is
Yes.
much better tone to it.
Yeah.
Yes, she's ambitious.
Yeah.
And who wouldn't be?
Yeah. And played by Izuka Hoyle, who is a Nigerian Scottish actress. I love her on her small little role, but it's so great and very memorable in The Wheel of Time. She played Dana.
Okay.
And she also originated the role of Catherine Parr in the 2017 production of Six, the musical, which is about the queens of Henry VIII.
Henry VIII, yes.
And
wow, okay.
Yeah, and then she also has done other things following up on it. You know, people saw her and were like, oh yeah, cast her as a queen. Continuing, she did her film debut as Mary Seton in the historical drama Mary, Queen of Scots. And then she was also in the musical UK tour of Mallory Towers, which is a show that was based on a book, but the TV show is a family show, and it was created for television by Rachel Flowers, who also created Father Brown. So you've heard me talk about this show before. But
Ladies
this
and gentlemen,
actress,
I just want to jump in for a second here because
Yes.
that whole run that Jessica just did, she did completely off book. Like, she just rattled off a whole bunch of things right there that she just knew. So I'm just saying, people, like, I'm over here complaining about learning new words, and Jessica is like building an encyclopedia inside her brain.
I will forget all of this tomorrow. I'll be like, what did we talk about? I don't even remember. Like, when I was coming across Mallory Towers, I was like, wait a minute, is this familiar? Why? I'm pretty sure we talked about this. Why did we talk about this? And then
It's like, oh yeah, I was telling Jake about this yesterday. Yes, it's true. She shares her pre-cheating with me. I shouldn't actually make fun of her for pre-cheating because technically I have the same information.
No, I should say I remembered it from, I didn't remember it, but it seemed familiar from when we did Father Brown all those episodes ago.
See, she still remembers it.
Okay, vaguely. All right. Okay, fine. Yeah. So then, if Salt and Pepper, the other one is D.C. Simon Evans, played by Garen Howell. He is like a young, very geeky white boy. Like, how would you he's kind of reminds me of the guy from Murdoch Mysteries, Crabtree, the sergeant or not the sergeant, but, you know, the constable. He's just sort of geeky and very well-meaning, and
he's very well-meaning. He's kind of inept. Like,
yes.
He certainly does. He's not very
worldly.
He's not very savvy. He's not very worldly, and he's like your younger brother. He's the younger brother of the team. He's like, well, wait up, I want to do this. Can I do this? What do you mean, guys? I don't know. What do you mean when you say French kiss? I don't know what that means.
Yeah,
like, that's
exactly.
Who he is.
Yeah, he has quite a resume, though.
Oh, okay.
Yes, a very high IMDb count if you look at those things. He starred in 1917.
Oh.
And lately, he has been a regular on the show The Pit with Noah Wyle. He plays a doctor on that new ER show.
A lot more episodes than 6 per season. I hope you're keeping up.
Yes. There are 2 guest stars on this show.
Okay.
That are... Well, one in particular is huge.
Okay.
And I've noticed this on, like, if I could call it the message boards on Facebook. I did not pre-cheat. And you on those Facebook groups, those mystery Facebook groups, you get like burned at the stake if you spoil things and you don't say spoiler alert. But somebody did say, oh my God, Derek Jacobi. And I was like, what? Jacob, who is Derek Jacobi?
I have no idea.
Your eyes got so big.
I'm like, don't put me on the spot like that.
No.
Why are you asking me this?
No. Oh my God. So this is from his bio, preeminent, but totally true, preeminent British classical actor of the first post-Olivier generation. And it is true. He is from the Olivier generation. He auditioned to be one of the first cast members of the National Theater group that Olivier was the head of. He's been knighted in 2 countries. There's only one other actor who has been knighted in 2 countries, which Olivier was the other. Denmark, and England.
Okay. Thank you. I was going to ask, so I'm
Yeah.
glad you preempted that question.
But he is famous for his characters in theater, TV, and then film. He's so much TV, this guy. Fearless display of characters, more unappealing aspects. Did I read that right? Again, Let's read that again. Fearless display of his characters' more unappealing aspects, their great flaws, eccentricities, and more often than not, their primal torment.
Oh my God.
So
anytime someone mentions you for doing good primal torment, you're doing something right.
Yeah. Another actress in this who we'll see probably is Rose Aveling Ellis. And
you want to try that again? Want to be a little more confident in something this time. That was great. I think that was your first, other than the video game, I think that was your first name mispronunciation. So good job. Let's try it again. Let's give it another college try.
It's not a Y. It's not a V. It's actually a Y. Eiling. Nope. Third try.
Here we go.
Third try. Rose Eiling Ellis.
Well done. We'll go with that. Yeah.
She was in over 130 episodes of EastEnders.
So a week.
So she has a huge rating in IMDb. Is probably doing some other things too. So this is going to be a fun episode. You want to hear the log line of it?
Sure. Here's my challenge to you.
Yes.
Can you sing the log line Can you sing the log line to the tune of Beethoven's Seventh?
Oh God, I've had it in my head all freaking week, and now it's gone out.
It is one of the leitmotifs throughout. They use it a lot in the pilot, and then they kind of bring back little bits of it and kind of
how does it go?
Rework it. I'm not even going to try. Don't actually do it because
I was going to go. John and the gang go back to school. That's 5 though. That's symphony number 5.
Okay, I'll take. Oh no, that's 10. That's Ode to Joy.
Oh,
which is the closing credit song on each of these episodes. Yes, no, that's Ode to Joy.
I have been singing this all week.
Okay, well, just tell us the log line, and we'll go listen to the song.
Okay, John and the gang go back to school to investigate the suspicious death of a headmaster. Lucy sneaks off on a covert mission, and a shocking revelation leaves John reeling.
Okay.
This is going to be big.
Well, let's go get reeled.
Woo!
All right, Jessica. I asked you last time to maybe sing the log line to a Beethoven tune. Now I'm going to ask you to sing another tune with me from Annie Get Your Gun, which is the whole "No You Can't, Yes I Can" song. Because you are convinced
you can do.
that's the one. Because you are convinced that this is a closed room mystery.
Yeah.
And I'm convinced
locked room
mystery. You are correct. Locked room mystery. And I'm here to tell you that you are 100% objectively wrong.
Oh no, I am correct.
No, you're not.
You are. This is such a.
I am not.
Go ahead, state your case. It's wrong, but state it.
A locked room mystery is a mystery that is theoretically, from the outside, impossible to have occurred. There is a room that no one could have gotten into, that no one could have gotten out of. The crime simply could not have been committed.
Okay.
This room, somebody walks in. We hear them walk in. We see them walk. It's not a locked room mystery because it's not as if we see the headmaster and then the headmaster. By the way, this takes place at a school. A headmaster shows up hanged. But the first scene is the headmaster is typing something on a keyboard. We hear somebody come into the room. He turns to them and takes off his glasses. And the next scene is people discovering his body and he has been hanged. But
they discover him because the maintenance man is standing behind the mistress of the school, Freya, who's asking him to open up the door, and the maintenance man says, "I told you it's locked from the inside."
Yes, and we hear the person. We hear the person lock the door, though. We hear the person come into the room, and then we hear them lock the door behind him.
So where are they?
It doesn't matter.
It's a locked room mystery, locked from the inside.
It doesn't matter because it's the whole point of a locked room.
You're not letting me finish my take on this. This is like point counterpoint, right? You're saying that you can say what you say. My point is that it doesn't matter whether we know or like from if the camera catches somebody going into the room or not, because it's a locked room mystery. That means it's not a suicide. It means somebody was in there and it was locked from the inside. So how could they have gotten out? Unless they're hiding in the closet now and they're going to jet out when nobody's looking, but when they're calling the police. But they're not. So it's a locked room mystery. We know if a locked room mystery means that that it's locked from the inside. So how could somebody have possibly gotten out? But we know that they got out because it was a murder.
It is not about getting out, or like a locked room mystery is like the room is impossible to enter. It is impossible to enter. Who could have gotten in to do this? It's a locked room. This was not a locked room. The person clearly came into the room and locked it behind them. This is not how could this person have possibly been killed, because we know that someone came in. This is not a locked room mystery.
It is.
You are so wrong. You are so because you got it right last week doesn't mean that you are correct that this is a locked room mystery.
By nature of the fact that it is a murder and the room is locked from the inside.
Okay,
these windows, they show the building from the windows from the outside. These are not windows that just pop open and like on a roller. That's something that happened way later. These are old ass windows that fit into like old ass like 1400s window what do you call that?
Oh, I'm not going to give you anything now. You're going to have to figure that out yourself.
That'll just be a mystery, whatever that word is. So that is my take on things.
Wrong. Wrong. You're wrong. All right. Do you are also very keen to before she gets into her guess, which by the way she already has. She yes. Put her pen down so quick. I was like, okay, Little Miss pre-cheating. But before we get into this, yes, there's a headmaster at a school. They show the headmaster's office. He's typing something on his keyboard. He looks inordinately pleased with himself.
He's deleting something and then thinking about it and then rewriting his words.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's definitely an email where he is like, as per my last
email. Or he's writing his fan fiction that he's like very proud of, where he's just like, you're right. If she had written a sequel to Wuthering Heights, it would have gone like this. Anyways, there is there's no dialogue, but like I don't think there's a knock at the door, but somebody enters the room. He turns and
there's a knock.
There's a knock. Great. There's a knock at that's how you could possibly think that this was a locked room mystery when there's a knock at the door and someone comes into the room.
You are going to find out that this is a locked room mystery because it is locked from the inside. So how could somebody have gotten out? So then they assume that if they couldn't have gotten out, then they couldn't have gotten in. That's what is the problem with that's the fallacy of the locked room mystery.
No, the real fallacy here is why you still think that you're right. That's the real fallacy. Let's be honest. Anyway, so the headmaster lets somebody into the room. We hear the door getting locked behind them. And then we cut to nice little beauty scene of the dawn in, I forget where we are, if Oxford or Cambridge is where we're at. Cambridge. Thank you. Dawn at Cambridge. And then you see a woman and a handyman or like a maintenance person at the outside of the headmaster's door. They are trying to drill it open because, as the handyman says, I'm telling you, it's locked from the inside, which still doesn't make this a locked room mystery, but it's locked from the inside. And so they drill it open. They open the door. The woman, whose name is Freya, goes in, is startled. One of the school students sees through the door. She screams. Freya shoves everybody out. Another person comes up behind Freya and does some British Sign Language for what's wrong. He also says that. And then you open the door a little bit. He walks into the room and you see a pair of very nice shoes hanging in midair, which you are meant to assume that this guy has hanged himself. The
Yes.
other thing I'll say about this is that when I think it's Barry is
the maintenance
the
man.
maintenance man. When he goes into the room, he reacts as if something smells
Yes.
rotten. How quickly does like a body start to rot? Like if this just happened the night before,
Yeah.
like if this happened at like 10 p.m. the night before, would it rot within 12 hours to have a stink on it?
That was my thought too. I also wondered, and nobody else seemed to react to the stench or
Yeah.
a stench. Only he did. and
Only
so
he-
I was like, is this an actor just like
Yeah, is he reacting
doing the
to
wrong thing?
Yeah, is he reacting because he's just like, this is how my character would react, or is he reacting because that we are supposed to
But he
believe that
does,
there's a
like, as
stench?
he's coming in, it seems like he kind of recoils.
Yeah.
Not seeing, not visually.
Right,
It
not at the
definitely
sight of something.
Yeah, it
It's like-
doesn't seem like it's a sight thing.
Mhm.
It definitely feels like a smell. I don't know. I wondered if maybe, one of the things that we don't talk about in death is that people lose their bowels.
Yeah, they avoid their bowels. Yeah, maybe
And
that's
so
what it,
was
like. maybe-
that like
Could be.
But this doesn't seem like the type of show to deal
to deal with that. Yeah.
in that reality.
Yeah. So, all right, Herd. Tell me why you're wrong.
Well, I'm right. And this is my guess.
Please.
So the man who comes up behind Ms. Freya Cordwell,
Mhm.
Cordwell, I don't know, we'll find out, is Mr. Bishop, played by Sam Swainsbury.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Mr. Bishop did it. With a shot, before we go to title sequence,
Mm-hmm.
it looks, the camera kind of pushes in on him, like takes him from a distance and pushes in on him, or maybe it goes in reverse where
Mhm.
it's in on him and then it pulls back. I can't remember, but at any rate, I feel like there's some sort of visual of him, and I don't feel like he's horrified. He's just kind of like, okay, how do I
play this?
how is this? Okay, now I've seen it. Or is this going to work? That's
Mhm.
what I feel like his reaction is. And it isn't like, I mean, I feel like he doesn't feel like a maniacal murderer.
Mm-hmm.
It just feels like he's like, okay, how is this going to work?
Yeah.
So
The
I
plan
think,
is in motion. How is this going to happen?
yeah.
now?
So Mr. Bishop, I think, did it.
Excellent. Okay. So, young teacher trying to prove himself, going out to these competitions, going to get rid of the headmaster.
Yep.
I am going the actual opposite direction.
Oh, okay.
I'm going for old teacher because this was an older headmaster.
Yeah.
Like fully gray, had his computer glasses. Of course, computer glasses are for anybody over 30 now, which, if you're under 30 is completely old anyways. In any event, I think that this is somebody who doesn't feel as if he's appreciating the classics and is shunting them to the side, or is perhaps taking credit for their work. Like some very bookish professor who doesn't quite know how to play politics the right way. And this guy has kind of
headmaster?
the headmaster has kind of stolen this person's work and kind of shunted them to the side and
Oh.
is gradually phasing out their department. And he's just like, I've had enough. I just found out that you stole my sequel to Wuthering Heights, and I cannot stand by and let you do this to me again. So I'm going
You
to
could
make
be
it look.
right.
I'm going
This
to make it
sounds
look.
really realistic.
Yeah. So I think it was an older teacher who feels as if this headmaster is kind of taking what's rightfully his.
Yeah.
So maybe
What do you think is the puzzle of this episode?
what type of puzzle is it going
Yeah.
to be? Well, I won't say it's a locked room puzzle. Um,
I was
you-
trying to corner you into that,
Yeah,
but
no, I know.
didn't
You-
work.
yeah. You know what I think it is going to be, though?
What?
I don't know how they're going to do it, but this is just so perfect. Hangman.
Oh my gosh. 5 letters.
5 letters.
Or is that's Hangman?
That's Hangman. Yeah, you've
yeah.
got here's the blanks. Get a letter, and you've only got so many chances until the person.
Yes. Oh, wow.
So yes, I think it's going to be Hangman.
Oh, that's dark.
Right?
That's really
but
dark.
it's right there.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. I don't know that we're ever going to solve this argument as to whether or not it's a locked room or not, but I do think we'll find out by the end of this episode who actually did it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let's go find out. I don't care. 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 This is not a locked room mystery.
It's a locked room mystery. They even said it in the show. That was a quote. And they even defined it, which is what you asked for. Like, they did it.
They did not do it. I don't. No. Like, I don't like the fact that they, like.
This little locked room puzzle of ours is a quote.
I know.
From the show, and then something about a false path, which is also what I said.
I don't agree. And I guess this is why I don't agree. I understand, I'm taking off my glasses. That's how important this is. I understand that. I mean, I get, yes, they're playing around with it. They're playing around with the trope. They're playing around with the puzzle. I understand that. It's just infuriating to me as a I guess what it does is it repositions John and his crew as the people who are experiencing the locked door puzzle versus the viewer as someone who is part of also the locked room or the locked door puzzle. Because this is why I'm having such a hard time with it, is because we literally hear somebody coming into the room. And I understand we don't know how he leaves. I get it. That's fine. We'll set that aside for a second. But to me, the whole point of a locked room is that it's and I said this earlier, so I apologize, dear listener, for repeating myself. It's locked from beginning to end. How did he get in? How did he get out? So when, they're just the guy comes in and you hear him locking the door behind him, it's no, just no. Why? We know it's no longer a locked room, or at least by my definition of a locked room. And I am stamping my foot and I am demanding that I want my Oompa Loompa now.
Yeah. So if you were the showrunner, you'd be like, absolutely not. Take that moment out of.
We need a whole new episode. This is back to the drawing board.
You wouldn't even do the cold open.
There would be no
take issue
outlining.
with the cold open.
But this okay. I also have so couple things. If you haven't inferred yet, one, Jessica won.
I didn't win. I didn't know.
You didn't get the motive,
motive.
But we don't guess on motive.
I
we
knew it
just
was
guess
him.
on him.
Yeah.
Yes,
I didn't know, but that was your guess.
That was your guess. You won. Congratulations, 2 in a row. That's amazing.
Thank you.
So I mean, that also might be a little bit of my peak. Let's be honest, but okay.
But you've also looked at characters or on screen, and you've been like, they did it.
Oh yeah, no. That's fine. But the other thing about this is okay. Let's talk a little bit about fair play.
The greatest game.
The greatest game.
Going back. Going all the way back.
Going all the way back. If you're thinking about something like that, so it was the PE teacher who was the boyfriend. What was his name?
Well, supposedly, I guess he was the boyfriend.
Well, he was absolutely the boyfriend.
Apparently, he proposed to her as a fiancé and
whatever.
Which was all just an excuse. I don't know if he had actual feelings for her.
I do think that he did have actual feelings for her. Because this is why I do that. He was a jerk and a bully, and I did not want her to end up with him in any way, shape, or form.
No.
But I will say this is why I believe that he did have feelings for her. Because she said so. Because she, in the interview when John is interviewing her, and
she says she looked at him. She looked him in the eye and she knew.
Exactly. She got the video from him and she knew. And yes, people people and con artists get like fooled all the time, and sociopaths can do it all the time. I don't think this guy was a sociopath because it's a worst plan. He had a plan, but like he had misspellings in his like in the suicide note that this guy, the former English teacher, wrote. So it's not a good plan. So I don't think this guy was a sociopath. I don't think so like I am willing to trust her and her instincts that he did mean it. I mean, two things can be true: that he really does love her, and that he's an asshole and is going to cheat on her.
Yeah.
Even though he says, one of the lines in here, it's like he follows the rule of the sport is that he doesn't cheat. I don't know, buddy. Looks like you're, because he like he was about one of the reasons he had a problem with the headmaster was one of his students was maybe going to be suspended. His star rugby player was maybe going to be suspended because he got caught smoking weed. Mm-hmm. And two, his girlfriend, no, not his girlfriend, somebody else. His girlfriend had caught the player smoking weed.
Yeah.
Somebody else had reported him for touching students inappropriately. Like, in this case, maybe like lingering in a hug too long and being too friendly with a female student.
Yeah.
So, like, he'd be a jerk and he would, in fact, cheat on her. But I do believe her when she says that he loved her. That's so.
Yeah, okay, sure.
But back to my umbrage.
Okay.
Back to my umbrage in this. Back to the whole fair play thing. Like
back to your not comedy umbrage.
That's right. There is nothing funny about this. This is deadly serious. I'm being completely serious right now. You will get my 5-page report and form about this.
Jacob, I will say the New York Times agreed with you. They had a headline that they were like, "This is like Monk." They were, I mean, there are lots of people. And then there are other people out there who are, I can't find the full reviews. Mm-hmm. They're buried amongst all the fandom. People who are like, I love this show. When is the second season? But other people are like, or like one or two people are saying, I don't think that they really explained how that's happened. And I don't also... I have my doubts as to whether this brother drama is going to actually be resolved or if they're just going to, use it as an excuse for us to watch.
Good. Everything's an excuse to watch. It's called tension, people. You're built like your unresolved tension. Everything's, oh my goodness gracious. What I will say, but back to my umbrage.
Yes.
Fair play. The whole, like, one of the things that so the idea is that this PE teacher comes into the headmaster's room, locks the door behind him, and then the door stays locked, and they have to drill into the door to find the headmaster who is hanged. So this is a locked door. How did he get out? Well, he didn't, ladies and gentlemen. He waited until they opened the door and everybody was distracted by the dead body, and he just kind of snuck out.
Yeah.
Which feels a little cheap.
After they opened the door and found the body, he snuck out the door.
And what I want to do is, we haven't done this because we adhere to like liveness here. I want to go back and watch the very beginning of it to see if like we were distracted as well, or as if they didn't even show it to us.
I don't think they did.
I don't think they did either, and that's a little annoying.
Because they turned the camera around to look at the hallway from the other
and the teacher
direction.
Shooing everybody away
from the
all
teacher's
of that.
point of view, I think.
So they made it very clear where we could and couldn't look, so we didn't get to see all of the information.
But I feel like
But whatever, it was the right move. I'm picking at nits right now because I am verbally stamping my feet, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
That's what this is.
So I think that, or I wonder whether this writer, Mark Brotherhood, who created the show, is obviously a puzzler, right?
It has to be.
He also has kind of a thing against the sporty types. He definitely has the feelings that
sporty
he
types
lives
are bullies,
with that they're bullies. And so this is the dumbest locked room of
Oh
all time.
Heard coming in hot.
No, it is, because usually there's some like crazy, secret passage or some, that's usually what a locked room is. But this is he waited in the room. And then he got out. It's just the dumb jock way of doing a locked room. And I will say also, like, I guess he had to.
Somebody hand me some popcorn. Keep going. This is great.
Well, I was about to say, and why did he hang him? Oh, that's right, because he wanted it to look like a suicide. But did he have the rope on him when he went in to strangle the guy?
That's right, because he was strangled before.
So he totally planned it?
I believe so.
But he planned it, but then didn't think of how to get himself out of there.
Yeah. What I will also say about this and his planning and all these things coming in and coming out of this, like in terms of the locked room on this, there's a point in this where like John realizes that he must have been in the room the whole time because he sees a banana peel that has yellowed and realizes that an apple that was found in the waste bin hadn't gotten brown yet. So clearly someone still must have been in there. And the gym teacher is like, you can't possibly think that that's going to hold up. And he's like, no, that would never hold up in court at all. But there's also this. And he shows the video of the guy who's giving his confession to his girlfriend, now fiance, that he wants to spend his life with her. And in the background of this, you hear the bells of the school because it's the morning. He does this right on the morning.
And he has told her that he is at his parents' upstate somewhere.
He's upstate.
I know they don't say upstate.
He's in Scotland. He's hiking in Scotland. But what really does it in is the fact that he has the bells of the church on his phone. The school. Yes, sorry, the school. The bells of the school on his phone. We're supposed to conveniently forget the fact that if he had his phone on him the whole time, all they had to do was look up the phone records. It will pinpoint
right.
They have to go through all these machinations to make it a puzzle when all they had to do was be like, no, you sent phone messages the whole time. Your phone never left the principal's office. You were right there. Like
fine. That's the CSI way of doing it.
That's what I'm saying. Yes, exactly. It's the CSI way of doing it. It's also the stop the fun train way of doing it. But like that's like, because yes, you have to buy into the whole idea. Like yes, the conceit of the show. It's a puzzle. Let's get into the puzzle. Oh, by the way, yes, Jacob predicting that the puzzle of the episode would be Hangman.
I thought that was a good.
It was funny. It was a funny guess. But clearly this was a locked room.
Now you admit it.
I'm not sure that I admit it. Well, now that you have said that you think that it was the stupidest locked room.
Well, I mean, purposely the stupidest locked room.
Oh, okay. Yes.
He's trying to say, like, this person tried to pull off a locked room mystery of their own, like the killer. Like tried to pull off a locked room.
Yes, he's trying to pull one over.
But it's the dumbest one because he waited in the room all weekend and only brought like an apple or some other food in his packet. And
where did he poop?
Backpack? Yes, right?
He must have done the whole cave thing where he just held it or like, he had like a Ziploc bag or something and he just,
yeah,
took it out with him.
Yeah, I don't know. And did he have chargers? Was he charging his phone that whole weekend?
That's a good question.
When he was texting her? Anyway, it's the dumbest locked room. And it's because the author is trying to say that this is a dumb jock. This is the best he could do. And he didn't even think it through because he still left an apple and he still had the clock tower in the background. So he was sloppy.
Yes.
So it's the dumbest locked room.
I love that framing.
Yeah, I'm not saying that Brotherhood is a bad, like a dumb writer. I'm saying that he's trying to say that the perpetrator, his character, he was like, this guy's
just
dumb.
A meathead. This guy's a meathead.
Yeah.
I like that framing. I like that framing a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Thank you.
I'll give that. Okay, Heard. Well done.
So what would you say for Christie's?
I see. Okay. I was thinking about this and partly out of pique and partly out of the fact that I'm just going to give this a 3. I'm going to give this a 3 for Christie's because if you take away the locked room mystery element of this, there was only really one suspect. The game was not who among all these people could have done it. The game was how did this one person do it? Like he locked in, there's nobody else really to do it. Like I said Derek Jacobi, the older person might do it. And clearly that was never going to happen. He was senile and could barely was barely present. I was both his relationship. Turns out he was an old teacher of John's. It was very sweet.
Yeah.
But like he was never a suspect. The girl who found the headmaster was never a suspect. So there weren't any other suspects. It was just, this was it. It was just, how did they do it? Or how did he do it? So yeah, so for Christie's, I think I'm only going to give it a 3. Like, I just don't think there was a lot of it. If you could figure out this one puzzle of it, and it was a good puzzle, like, great, it was a good puzzle. So, I mean, maybe if I was more generous, I'd give it a 5, but I'm not. So I'm just going to give it a 3.
Yeah, I don't think it could be a 5 because you're right. Like, they didn't really put up either of the students as possible murderers. It really did not seem like the teacher that discovers him is the murderer. I mean, she's the one who has the door unlocked and is so shocked by it. So yeah. Although I wondered if I would give points because of the arc.
Of the fact that you got it.
Arc.
The fact that you got it right?
Yeah. Okay. I just wonder if because they're following the season arc and that's getting, and that's
it's coming to a climax. Absolutely.
Well, I don't know.
Well, the season climax, whether or not they resolve it, it is certainly coming to a head for this chapter of the story.
Yeah. So so maybe I would. I don't think I can give it a 5 though. But yeah, just for Christie's, I would say.
Yeah,
a 4.
Exactly. Not the episode, just Christie's.
Yeah, because the show itself is
complicated shenanigans.
10.
The show itself is great.
Clever.
Love it. There you go. Okay. Well, there you go. I am still all right. I am not gonna fight till my dying day the fact that this was or was not a locked room mystery. But I'm gonna go slink away and like take solace in my Wordle streak. I may not be doing so good here, and I may have gotten the locked room, but my Wordle streak is close to 700 days, so that's got to be worth something.
That is worth something, Jacob. You're a very good puzzler.
Thank you.
I'm sure that's why this is stuck in your craw.
That's right. I'm too smart.
You take it personally. You're like,
well, now that's very true. I do absolutely take it personally. I'm not smart enough.
You are very smart.
I lost this puzzle.
Oh.
It's true. I have not had a win in a minute on this, and I think it's getting to me.
Okay.
It's
your time is coming.
There we go. It's this. I guess we need to come up with like the Mendoza line for Cluedunnit. Like, you know what the Mendoza line is?
No.
The Mendoza line in baseball, and it's changing a little bit, but for many years the Mendoza line was a batting average of 200. If you hit below 200, forget it. You were just done. It was considered wretched and horrible. Yes, exactly. And it's still not great, but with all the advances in pitching, like getting closer to the Mendoza line and flirting with the Mendoza line is not as big a capital crime as it used to be. Anyways, we need to figure out what the Mendoza line is for this, where it's just like, is it 1 every 10 episodes? I don't know. We need something because I don't know.
You need a win. You need a W.
I need a win. I need a W. We need a W, boys. All right. Well, you'll take the W. Thank you for listening to this episode of Cluedunnit. But before you go,
be sure to follow and subscribe to the podcast and give us a review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts.
Or just tell someone about us. You know, the friend you've got who watches these shows and you obsessively text about them.
Yes, and you can get more Cluedunnit and join the mini kitchen discussion at Patreon. Join us at $5 or $10 a month levels.
You'll get raw footage, exclusive episodes, access to a seasonal live show, and extra votes in our season planning poll. Well, the next one. We're done with this one, but for the next one, you can make sure that we will do the shows that you love. So go ahead, join the fun at patreon.com/Cluedunnit Podcast.
And you can stay in touch. You can email us at cluedunnitpodcast@gmail.com or DM us or reach out at Instagram and Facebook at Cluedunnit Podcast.
And we'll see you next time.
This closing script is officially approved by the Totally Fake Podcasting Adjudication Board. How How many influencers do you think are out there that have microphones that aren't even plugged in? Like June Day and Raphael, who during the pandemic hadn't plugged in her phone or her computer to the internet, and then they suddenly realized.
What are you even doing? Yes. Yeah. How many people are just using these fake little like clippy mics?
Because they're like, we should have a microphone. I should have a microphone.
Yes, I need a microphone. But there's my microphone. I have a microphone. You didn't plug it in. Well, you didn't tell me that.
Plug it into what? And where?